Welcome back to Trove One Kids, everybody. Got a little project planned for today, but before I get into that, I gotta go feed the pigs and the goat. Say hi, sheep. This one's name is Ruth. This one's name is Boaz. That one's Buttons. Buttons doesn't really like to be petted as much, but Ruth loves attention. And Boaz, he used to be really scared, but he's not as scared anymore. Isn't that right, Ruth? And these are some of the pigs. We got Lady Chops and Mrs. Porky. And this one we haven't really named. We just got her not long ago. I think they're hungry. And this is our goat named Carmel, and that is our other pig. His name's Marshall. And this is Bello the cow and the bull. He doesn't really have a name. We just call him the bull. Your head's too big for that bucket. See all these pieces of pine cone on the ground right here? There's chewed up pieces like that. There's pieces of pine cone all over the place. That tells me there's been a squirrel up in the tree chewing on these things, getting the pine nuts out. Probably the same squirrel that's been getting into my hog feed. We might have to do a little squirrel hunting in the near future and put a couple of those guys in the crock pot for dinner, because they've been eating some of my hog feed. We'll see if we have time for that. Alright guys, so today's plan, it's gonna get dark on us really quick, but today's plan, we're gonna take these two canoes. We got two canoes on this truck. We're gonna take these two canoes and we're gonna build a platform to go on top of them out of some 2x4s and some plywood. These are some reclaimed 2x4s we got from a barn we tore down a while back. That's over on our other YouTube channel, Trove One. But we're gonna try to make a platform out of some 2x4s and some plywood to go on top of the canoes, so we can make more space to fish and maybe even to camp off of. We'll see. That's the plan. We'll see what happens. It's gonna get dark on us, but we'll see what kind of progress we can make today. The step one, because these are used, they got a bunch of nails in them. So we gotta pull all these nails out of these boards so that we can reuse them. Perfect. See how you're rotating the board? You can pull it the long direction of the board. It will make it a little bit easier because your board won't be wanting to rotate as much. Okay guys, we got some of our boards prepped, but we still got some more work to do. So we're gonna have to come back when we got some more daylight, get back to work on this. All right, another evening guys, we're gonna get back to work on this. We got the nails pulled out of these boards for the most part last night. We'll probably have to get a few more, but I'm gonna cut these down. I need a couple. We're gonna make this 12 feet by 4 feet. So it's gonna be 12 feet long, 4 feet wide, and we're gonna build 2 of those. And that'll allow us to put it in the back of a pickup truck and have the canoes on top and be able to haul it places. So we'll cut a couple of these down to 12 feet, and then we're gonna cut the rest down to a little less than 4 feet so we can make it 4 feet wide. So we'll start getting some boards cut and then we'll start putting them together.
12 inches, Daddy.
12 feet, 144 inches.
Something like this.
Alright, there's our 12-foot pieces.
It's gonna be that long.
All right, so we got our two 12-foot boards laid out here. Now we're gonna go 16-inch centers on our cross pieces. So we'll have a board between these two right here. And then we're gonna go every 16 inches. So on a measuring tape, 16 inches is highlighted in red. Every 16 inches. Boom, boom. So it makes it super easy. We lay our measuring tape out like this, and then we can go along here and we can mark our 16-inch centers. So most things you're going to build, like a wall, is usually going to be 16-inch centers. So that's why they have 16-inch centers. A lot of floor joists and things like that. So that's easy to find. Our 1 foot is also easy to find. Boom, 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 boom. They got those highlighted, so it's easy to spot. So it's easy to find 1 feet, it's easy to find 2 feet, it's easy to find 4 feet, it's easy to find your 16 inches. So just a little bit of information about a measuring tape for you there. So we're gonna mark all of our 16-inch centers. That way we can figure out exactly how many pieces we need for our cross pieces, and then we'll get those cut, and then we'll know exactly where they need to go. 32, 48, 64, 80, 96, 112, 128. So we cut our boards up with the ends flush, and now we can take this on our marks there. Boom. Boom. On each one we can get our line across here, make them both the same. And this will be the center of our board. So one of the reasons you do 16-inch centers or 24-inch centers is because it's 16 inches, 1, 2, 3. This is going to be right at 4 feet. And your plywood comes in 4 feet by 8 feet sheets. So a 4-foot piece would end right at this center. So it'd be centered up on where this board's going to be. So it just makes it easy to line you want your plywood to end on a board, essentially. It'll make a little more sense once we get a little further along, but it's just very basic as far as construction's concerned. Okay, so we got our 12-foot long boards. We've got our marks at 16 inches. Now we need to cut our cross boards that are going to go in between these two. We'll have boards between these two, but we want our overall width here to be 4 feet. So to get 4 feet, we got to cut boards like this down, but we need to know how long to cut them. So what we need to do, if we want our outside width from this side to this side to be 4 feet, then our boards on the inside need to be, we got to subtract 3 inches. So a typical 2x4 is going to be about 1.5 inches in width on this side and about 3.5 inches on this side. They're called 2x4s because before they get planed down, when they're rough sawn, they're 2 inches by 4 inches, but when they get planed down, they end up being about 1.5 inches by 3.5 inches. So we'll subtract 3 inches from 48 inches. 48 inches is 4 feet. And then we'll have the length we need to cut these down to the right width where it'll end up being 4 feet wide. All right, we need 10 boards at 45 inches long. Who stole my marker? You stole my marker. 45. Back a little further and then we'll have space.
Now.
All right, we got one of these set up, and now we're gonna put some plywood on top of it.
The fish.
You're gonna screw it in right
You need them like any second. Daddy, you put a bolt under.
All right, we got our first piece on, so that's 8 feet of our platform. Now we need another 4 feet, so we'll need half of another sheet. So we'll be able to use half this sheet for this one and half of this sheet for the next piece of the platform. And then we'll only have to use 3 sheets. So by going 12 feet, we're using 1.5 sheets on each one.
Yeah. This is on, will it be done?
There we go.
Heavy. Daddy, do we need to move the camera?
We need some more screws down there.
The small ones?
All right, that's one half of our platform done. Now we just need to do another half. Now the question is, how light is it, and can I put it in the back of the truck? Is it easy enough to handle so we can haul it somewhere and assemble it? I don't know.
Gotta hop off, Laser.
Hop off, Laser. Hop off, Mama.
Daddy, I can move it.
Oh, it's not light.
Heavier than a canoe?
Heavier than a canoe. At least most canoes.
Heavier than 2 canoes.
Get in a little bit.
Yep.
Then, Daddy, how are you going to get it sticking out?
How is it gonna fit in there without hitting the tire
Oh, just like that. Well, it's a little heavier than I hoped, but I think it's gonna work. Well guys, we barely got them both done, and now it started raining. You can hear it raining outside the building here. So we'll have to take these down and try them out another day. But right now, both platforms are built, so we'll have to test them out in the next day or two. Wow guys, what a beautiful day. Today, I am at Lake Ouachita. Do you know that Lake Ouachita is the biggest lake in the state of Arkansas? It covers 66,324 acres. That's a lot of water. Lake Ouachita is great for swimming, boating, fishing, canoeing, kayaking, and they got islands you can go camp on. So that's where I'm headed today. I'm gonna head out to one of these islands, find a place to relax. Let's get loaded up. Oh no, my boat's sinking. Ah, ah, ah. Well, that's not good. Well, there goes my canoe and all my camping gear. That was my favorite fishing pole too. Now I'm stuck on this island with no food or shelter. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have to sit down and think about this. Well, right now I'm feeling pretty hopeless. No way to get out of here. But you know, when I feel hopeless, I always know that I can trust Jesus. You know how I know that? Well, this isn't the first time someone's been shipwrecked on an island. No, it happened a long time ago to a guy named Paul. There was a big storm and his boat got shipwrecked, and he was on this island. But God used him there. He was able to be a missionary on that island to tell the people that lived there about Jesus. Now that kind of sounds like a missionary to me. In fact, Paul was one of the very first missionaries. So how can you be a missionary? Maybe you're not stuck on an island like I am or like Paul was. But you can still be a missionary wherever you go. You can also give money to other missionaries to help support them in their mission. That way they can continue to spread the good news of the gospel wherever they go. Hey, look! Another boat. Maybe I can get some help. Hey, can you help me? I need to get back to shore. My name's Mishap Mike. Have you ever heard about a guy named Jesus? I tell you what, it can be a real adventure following Jesus. In a wild world, we can trust Jesus. Alright guys, another day. We're not completely done with this, but we're done enough that it's time to go take it down to the pond and test it out. So we got the canoes, we got our platform, we got a trolling motor and a battery, and we're gonna go see if we can set this up and do a little bit of testing on it. Alright, we made it over here to the pond, so it's time to unload everything, see if we can get this contraption assembled.
Are they heavy, Daddy?
You need a hat?
Not really. It's like a hat.
I don't have a hat for you.
It's like a hat. Daddy, is it heavy?
Not like.
Definition of heavy.
You need my assistant? You need a couple boys assistants? Laser, move.
How long did it take to pick up that end?
Go kids, go.
I don't want to do it.
Okay, go to that end, all three of you, and then you'll slowly, okay, Giddy, go around Caleb. Giddy, yeah, go around Caleb.
You can get the middle.
All right, now go straight. Y'all go right down that side of the canoe. We'll go down. Yep, just
Whoa.
like it.
I ran into it.
Okay, set it down right there.
Rocks on them.
All right, we got them set on the canoes. I don't have any mechanism to clamp them to the canoes. We might have to build that later. We'll find out today. I'm sure that's going to need to be done at some point. For now, we just got to get the trolling motor hooked up in the middle here. So we're going to take a board and screw it in place here, and we're going to clamp the trolling motor on.
No, I'm going to. Wow,
All right, we got the trolling motor on. We just got our battery sitting here. I fastened the two pieces of platform together with a couple screws, so it's one big platform now. This just goes through the hole right here, so we can spin it, and we can adjust our depth with the motor right there. So we're gonna push off and see if it sinks. That'll work. Ant biting you?
Probably walked right through the pile.
Drop this down about like that right there.
Guys, hop on.
There's about room for everybody. All right. Oop, wrong way. It moves pretty good.
How bad do you think it was gonna move?
I didn't know how fast it'd be.
You didn't think it
Forgot how fast this little trolling motor is. It's actually a pretty quick one. Where the canoes really aren't even sitting very deep in the water.
the canoes are not?
See how stable it is. Oh yeah, I mean, this is plenty stable. Doesn't feel, I mean, I'm on the edge and it's not tipping that side up at all, and it's not even going that low on this side. You couldn't put too much weight on it, but
Daddy, you need to like that.
this will work.
How fast is it the trolling motor can go?
This is as fast as it'll go. Maybe we hit the fishing pole. See if we can catch a fish off of it.
Yay! I try to catch a fish, Daddy. I'm gonna turn around with that tail.
They can go now.
Do you like it? Feel good? One of the cool things about this, if I put a storage hatch, like a lid right here, we could easily access all the storage space that's underneath here. So we could have gear storage down in the canoes and still have the platform pretty clear for fishing and other activities. So this could work pretty good. It's not gonna get anywhere real quick, but for little ponds, small lakes, things like that, this could be a really fun little apparatus.
Hi guys! Baby's staring at not that.
Where are you going,
Woo!
Katie?
Go the other way. Forward. Why can't you hop in and go? Mommy. Guys, get his buddy to get out.
Bye.
Bye.
You wave bye.
You getting in the boat? You getting in the bottom?
They got fish, Gideon, take it off.
The young bass.
Finally landed our first fish. Had a couple bites, they got off, but we finally got this little bitty bass.
Can we keep it?
No, it's way too small to keep. We're gonna let him go.
Maybe it's one of the ones we stuck in the pond, Daddy.
Dang, it took our tail off of our jig. It's gonna be hard to catch a fish with it now. Without a moving tail. Well, we only brought one jig and the little tail's broken off of it now, so I don't think we're gonna catch any more fish. But overall, the platform canoe contraption seems pretty successful, and I think we can do some really fun stuff with this.
Watch how fast this thing goes.
Yeah, go!
Is this as fast as it could go, Daddy?
Get nice and straight. Yep, this is as fast as it's gonna go.
Can I pass now?
Goes pretty fast for one motor.
Put it on full speed.
It is on full speed.
Then be careful.
We'll take it out on the lake somewhere. Well guys, test phase 1 is complete. We got a few things to straighten up. We need to figure out a way to clamp these to the canoe so it stays in place a little bit better. For mostly when pulling it in and out of the water, or maybe if we were on some rougher water, it could prove to be a problem. Maybe make some hatches in it so that we can access things down in the canoe a little bit better. And then I need to seal this with some sort of waterproof seal to help the wood last longer, keep the water that's getting on it from soaking in and that kind of thing. So we'll have to make a few modifications, but it shouldn't be too much, and then we'll be able to do some fun stuff with this. I don't know what all yet, but we're gonna have some fun with it. Well guys, I think that's all we've got for today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. We're gonna try to be putting out a video every Friday afternoon. We'll see how that goes. And this is Blackberry, one of our other sheep, by the way. Say hi, Blackberry. Yeah, and that's Cotton. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Oh, and these are baby guineas. They're not really babies anymore, but they're the littlest ones that we have right now.